The war in Ukraine began as a conventional conflict, tanks, artillery and trenches echoing the wars of the last century. But beneath this familiar surface, a transformation was underway, reshaping the battlefield and offering a glimpse into the future of combat. By July 2025, the skies over Ukraine are dominated by drones, unmanned aerial systems that have become the primary tools of attack, defense and psychological warfare. What started as reconnaissance has evolved into relentless 24/7 drone warfare, with swarms of inexpensive intelligent machines rewriting the rules of engagement. Ukraine, outnumbered and outgunned, turned to drones to level the playing field, innovating at a pace no one anticipated. Since 2023, Ukrainian drones have struck deep into Russian territory, damaging advanced aircraft and inflicting billions in losses. These are not isolated strikes. Ukraine is actively degrading Russia's war-making capacity far from the front lines. The dominance of heavy artillery is being challenged by thousands of small, agile drones deployed daily for precision attacks and real-time intelligence. Drones now hunt soldiers in trenches, target vehicles, and provide battlefield awareness once reserved for satellites. The war has become a contest for control of the air, fought not by jets, but by swarms of drones. Ukraine's drone revolution began with volunteers modifying commercial drones, but quickly scaled into a state-backed production powerhouse. Locked in a technological arms race with Russia, Ukraine's ability to innovate and mass-produce drones has become as vital as battlefield victories. Every Russian jamming advance is met with a rapid Ukrainian counter, fueling a surge in manufacturing and design. By summer 2025, Ukraine is producing millions of drones annually, far surpassing many established military powers. The focus is on mass-producing effective, affordable and disposable drones, allowing constant experimentation and rapid improvement. In just 1 year, monthly production soared from 20,000 to 200,000 units, a deliberate strategy to gain numerical superiority in the sky. The government, private companies and startups form an agile ecosystem directly connected to soldiers' needs. Ukraine now produces not just drones, but counter-drone systems, robotics and tactical air defenses, rapidly filling critical gaps. The country has become a real-world laboratory for 21st century warfare, developing tools that will define future conflicts. Ukraine's drone program is defined by mass, affordability, and battlefield effectiveness. Unlike the US model of expensive, complex systems, a standard Ukrainian FPV drone costs about $400, yet can destroy equipment worth millions. Even long-range Ukrainian drones used for strategic strikes cost a fraction of conventional cruise missiles. This allows Ukraine to sustain a campaign of attrition, risking low-cost assets for high-value damage. In contrast, the US Switchblade 600 loitering munition costs over $100,000, enough to field 250 Ukrainian FPVs. American long-range drones often cost millions, making mass deployment impractical for attritional warfare. Ukrainian operators report their homegrown drones are often more effective and reliable than some US-supplied systems. The key is rapid, battlefield-driven adaptation. Ukrainian drones are built and modified in direct response to Russian countermeasures. This tight feedback loop gives Ukraine an evolutionary edge that slow-moving Western programs can't match. Ukraine's drone industry didn't emerge in isolation. The US played a crucial role in nurturing its growth. Beyond supplying weapons, the US invested over $1.5 billion to help Ukrainian manufacturers scale from workshops to industrial producers. Key US funding and component deliveries broke supply bottlenecks, fueling the tenfold increase in drone output by 2025. This approach, empowering an ally to build its own defense tools, has proven more sustainable than direct aid alone. The partnership is two-way. Ukraine shares battlefield data and tactical lessons, giving the Pentagon real-world insights impossible to replicate in peacetime. This symbiotic relationship accelerates innovation for both nations, shaping America's military readiness for the future. It's a model of collaboration where both sides benefit from each other's strengths. In Ukraine's electronic war, speed of adaptation is everything, and here Ukraine excels. Drone companies operate close to the front, creating a tight feedback loop between engineers and soldiers. New Russian jamming? Ukrainian engineers can deploy a fix within days, not months. Drones are designed to be cheap and disposable, freeing designers from slow bureaucratic procurement cycles. If a new model is needed, it's built and shipped to the front in weeks. Ukraine is also a proving ground for battlefield AI. Drones use machine learning to autonomously identify and track targets, even when jammed. This makes them more lethal and resilient against sophisticated countermeasures. The Pentagon's preference for expensive, long-term programs can't match Ukraine's pace of adaptation and mass production. The lesson in AI-driven attritional warfare: the advantage goes to those who can learn, adapt, and scale fastest. Ukraine's war is the world's most important real-world military R&D lab, and the US has a front-row seat. In return for aid, Ukraine shares battlefield-tested tech, designs, and tactical data, insights that would take years and billions to develop in peacetime. The urgent lesson: the US must embrace mass production of low-cost, adaptable drones, or risk falling behind. Ukraine's success exposes vulnerabilities in US defenses. If cheap drones can penetrate Russian airspace, what about American bases? The US should deepen its partnership with Ukraine, including co-production and licensing of Ukrainian designs. Integrating Ukraine's agile innovation into the Western defense base will accelerate adaptation for both. But this window is fragile. Any pause in aid endangers both Ukraine's defense and America's access to battlefield innovation. Maintaining this partnership ensures the US is ready for the security challenges of tomorrow. The world is watching. Ukraine adversaries, allies, and neutrals are all learning from this conflict. Russia's backers, China, Iran, North Korea, use the war as a live fire lab, testing hardware and tactics in real combat. Iran and North Korea supply drones and missiles, gathering data on their performance against Western defenses. China studies the conflict to inform its own military modernization. For US allies like Taiwan, Ukraine's model, scalable, cheap drones and domestic production, offers a blueprint for deterrence. Ukraine has shown that innovation and adaptation can impose prohibitive costs on a larger invader. Continued US-Ukraine cooperation is vital not just for their security, but for global stability. This partnership is at the forefront of military innovation, shaping the future of warfare for everyone.